The movie begins with Anna, our protagonist, who is solely responsible for caring for her terminally ill brother, Conrad, who is suffering from pancreatic cancer. One day, without informing Anna, Conrad hires a lawyer named Charlotte to help finalize his will, as he knows his time is running out. He arranges everything and only requires Anna's signature. Charlotte, wanting to fulfill Conrad's wish of ensuring Anna's well-being, tries to persuade her to accept reality, but Anna refuses to sign the documents. After Charlotte leaves, Anna and Conrad share an emotional moment. As part of his final words, Conrad reassures Anna that she is strong enough to move forward and cannot remain isolated forever. He encourages her to step out into the world and urges her to forgive their father for his past actions. However, Anna stubbornly refuses to even consider forgiveness and storms out. Later that night, Conrad peacefully passes away in his sleep, leaving Anna completely alone in the house, grappling with her grief. Following Conrad's body being taken away, their usual catering delivery man, Dan, arrives with food. Anna invites him in, and he offers her some comfort during her sorrow. As they talk, Dan shares his desire to leave town but admits he lacks the financial means. In response, Anna offers him a bag of money, stating she now has more than she knows what to do with. Dan, however, politely declines. As Conrad's funeral approaches, Anna prepares herself to attend, but her anxiety prevents her from stepping outside. Suddenly, a car pulls up in her driveway, and 3 intimidating men step out. Terrified, Anna hides under the kitchen table as the intruders break in and begin searching the house. Just then, the kettle on the stove whistles, catching their attention. Realizing she needs to find a better hiding spot, Anna moves upstairs just as the men enter the kitchen. Noticing the boiling kettle, they deduce that someone must be inside and decide to cut the phone lines to prevent any calls for help. One of the men, Perry, goes upstairs and discovers Anna, sending her into a panic. She rushes toward the front door but freezes due to her overwhelming anxiety, stopping just before she can escape. The intruders are visibly shocked by her reaction. They sit her down, and their leader, JP, begins interrogating her about the location of her money. Perry, the most ruthless of the group, suggests killing her and burning down the house after they're done, even bringing in a can of gasoline. Vance, the most reasonable of the 3, strongly objects and insists they should leave. JP and Vance leave Anna under Perry's watch while they continue searching for the money. Meanwhile, Perry taunts Anna about her fear, mockingly questioning why she hesitated at the door. This is when it's revealed that Anna has agoraphobia, an intense fear of the outside world, which has kept her from leaving the house for the past decade since her father's death. Realizing this, Perry cruelly drags her onto the porch, triggering a severe panic attack. JP intervenes and takes control of the situation. In her distress, Anna loses control of her bladder. JP continues pressing her for the money, but she is too overwhelmed to respond. He then orders Vance to watch over her, recognizing Perry's sadistic tendencies. Vance offers Anna a pair of clean sweatpants and tells her to change, but she remains frozen. Meanwhile, JP and Vance explore the basement and find several doors, including one without a handle. Rather than changing, Anna attempts to reason with Vance, pointing out that he seems different from the others. However, this angers Vance, who insists that the entire plan was his idea and that they won't be leaving her behind. At that moment, Dan suddenly bursts in and attacks Vance. Surprisingly, Vance recognizes Dan and calls him by name, indicating they know each other. Stunned by this revelation, Anna flees to hide. The commotion draws JP and Perry back to the living room, where they discover that Anna has escaped. Perry and Vance begin searching for her while JP restrains Dan. Growing impatient, Perry takes Anna's pet parakeet and threatens to kill it to lure her out. When she doesn't respond, he coldly kills the bird before rejoining the others. Anna hides in the bathroom, where Vance eventually finds her. In a panic, she accidentally stabs him in the throat, killing him. She then drags his body down to the basement. JP and Perry, assuming Vance could handle Anna, soon realize their mistake when they discover his corpse. As they pursue her in the basement, Anna suddenly disappears through a door. Moments later, she reappears upstairs, pulling a lever that retracts the basement stairs, effectively trapping them. The power dynamic shifts in her favor. Now in control, Anna confronts Dan, furious that he was involved in robbing her on the day of her brother's funeral. Dan insists he only told Vance about Anna's wealth and never expected things to escalate to this extent. Enraged, Anna breaks his finger before dragging him toward the basement door, telling him none of this would have happened if he had just accepted the money. She then monitors the basement through hidden surveillance, watching as JP, Perry, and Dan struggle. Seeing an opportunity, JP tries to negotiate with her, but Perry, losing patience, violently injures Dan's leg. JP finds a seemingly innocent child's bedroom and enters, but Anna remotely locks him inside. Perry, unwilling to be trapped, forces his way into another room, discovering a noose and a hidden passage. However, before he can alert JP, Anna sneaks up behind him and strikes him with a hammer. They fight, but Perry, already weakened from his injury, eventually succumbs and bleeds to death. Meanwhile, Charlotte arrives at the house, concerned about Anna's well-being. She notices Dan's car outside but is unaware of what has transpired. In the basement, Dan stumbles upon a cooler containing a frozen corpse. Before Charlotte can investigate further, Anna convinces her that the strange noises in the house are just from the radiator, prompting her to leave. Anna then descends to the basement and locks Dan inside a small closet. She moves to another room where she can observe JP through a one-way mirror. Using her remote system, she forces JP to put on a specific shirt from a drawer. Annoyed but compliant, he does so. With little else to do, he speculates about the hidden rooms, theorizing that Anna and Conrad used them to trap victims for their own amusement. His words trigger Anna's emotions, prompting her to reveal the truth. She and Conrad only kidnapped pedophiles as a form of justice, as their own father was a predator who abused Anna until Conrad killed him. Since then, she has been unable to leave the house. JP mocks her, cruelly bringing up her past trauma. Anna offers Dan a revolver, instructing him to kill JP in exchange for his freedom. However, Dan refuses. JP seizes the gun and pretends to repent, but soon reveals he was bluffing. He threatens to kill Dan unless Anna lets them go. Reluctantly, she opens the basement door, allowing them to leave. Outside, JP, consumed by vengeance over his brother's death, decides to burn the house down despite Anna offering him money to stop. They struggle, and Anna manages to break free, running upstairs. JP follows, pinning her down and making a vile comment about wanting to harm her like her father once did. Before he can act, Dan intervenes. With JP distracted, Anna seizes the revolver and fatally shoots him. Afterward, Dan silently leaves. Anna, sitting in shock, remains still. Suddenly, she makes a decision. She burns the house down, choosing to leave behind its dark history.